Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. So first of all, I want to say Happy 4th of July to everybody, and I hope you have had a good day so far. And if you're doing fireworks and all that good stuff later, I hope you enjoy it. So we may do this one tonight just for an hour. I haven't really decided yet. We'll see how it goes, or so see how it goes. Uh, but we'll kind of play it by ear. So we'll just see. We're just going to do an impromptu one here and have fun. But I know that, like I said, a lot of people are probably out and about doing their thing. There's Yarn Prepper, unblocked Yarn Prepper. I don't even know how you got blocked, my dear, but good to see you back in here. We got that taken care of. Hey, Scott from the UK. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, you guys probably, the UK, you guys probably don't celebrate the 4th of July. Oh boy, but that's okay. We still like you guys anyway. So anyway, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that again, if there's any interruptions in the stream, that I will get right back on. And again, we have not. Trolls are out tonight, though. Ed. Oh, are they? Oh boy. Well, of course they would be. They want to make sure that they try to cause as much problems as they possibly can. That's how it goes. Anyway, if I get any interruptions with the stream, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. And other people are complaining about the same blockings on their channels. YouTube is doing it. Ah, okay. I know that. I don't know what that is all about. Why would you block, good subscribers? That doesn't make any kind of sense. Of course, we have patriotic trolls. Yes, Rady Romines, you're correct. Absolutely. So hopefully there will be no problems in our country tonight. I hope not anyway. So that would be a very, very bad thing. I don't like to see anything happening anyway with that. I mean, just you have so many people out there that are just have such bad intentions and they just want to hurt people. And I don't get that. Whatever happened to live and let live, you do your thing, I do my thing. That thing is gone. Everybody, if you don't agree with exactly I say, then you're the enemy and I hate you and we can't be friends. And I think that is just the most narrow-minded thinking that you could possibly have. But again, there's going to be people out there in your lives that are going to have that mindset. So you have to let it go. You can be open-minded all you want, but, it's just the other people are just not going to. So there's a couple things we're going to talk about tonight. But before, again, let me just finish my rigmarole first. So I also want to remind people that this is a family-friendly oriented channel. So I would ask people to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. And, let's be decent to each other. I just don't want to see any nastiness or nonsense going on. So that's all. And if you can't abide by those simple rules, as JJ has the boot out there, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue, they're going to boot you out of here because we're just not going to tolerate it. We're just not going to. So, but again, I hope everybody had a great day. I hope you got to spend it with family and friends. And, that is a good thing. So I'm going to show you a couple things. We're going to get into the topic in a few moments here, I promise you. But I wanted to show you a couple of things first. I had stopped down in town to the forefathers, and we'll talk about them later. They're the CBD and hemp store. See, it says forefathers, CBD on the front. And on the back, I love this. May the hemp be with you. And I think that's a very, very funny play on, the whole thing. I think that is very, very funny. I love that. So when I stopped down there Saturday, I stopped down yesterday, they were like, he goes, hey, you want a t-shirt? I said, sure. So, and then I wanted to show you this one, guys. This one came, and I'll read the note first. Really enjoy your channel. Learning a lot about prepping. Hope you enjoyed the t-shirt. This is the only size they came in. I hope it isn't too big. You would love Virginia City. Cool little old silver Comstock town that has 6,200 feet above sea level. Bike town too. So very, very, and this is from Lori. Okay, so, and for those of you that know her in the chat, she's mountain kayaker. So I got to show you the t-shirt that she sent me. And I just picked this up the other day. So there is, it is Red Dog Saloon, Virginia City, Nevada. Okay. So I'm going to turn around and show you the back. And it's just a bigger logo of what is on the front. So it is a, let's see what the size says, 2X. So let's hope that it shrinks in the wash. Otherwise, it may go to grandma. So, or mom, you know, so she could wear that if I can't wear it. So anyway, so there we are. But thank you very much for the shirt. It's very, very nice. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. So, all right. Let's get into the topic. Then there's a couple other things that I definitely do want to discuss. I got some of it is just absolutely amazing to me. I find it absolutely ludicrous. So, but all right. So, the topic is our pests, how are pests affecting, you know, the crops. And we have had up here in the Northeast this year, we've had the gypsy moths. Now, they come out generally, I think it's about once every 10 years, something like that. Well, this year just happened to be, what do I got over here? I got something. Okay, there we go. It's gone. I'm like, what is that black mark? So they come out about once every 10 years. So we had them this year. And they really did a number on the trees. You know, and so a lot of the fruit trees out there, I know my apple trees out front, they got on them before we got the pesticide on there to get rid of them. But they were definitely doing their damage, and that's what they do. I mean, so does that affect things? Of course, that's going to always affect how much you produce with, yep, I'm grooming, because I can see myself. So I'm like, okay, there I am. I can just, you know, do what I need to do. But so they've been really, really bad, and they definitely affect the crops, where if you don't have an interruption with them eating everything on the trees, you're going to get a much better production of apples and, you know, peaches and pears and those type of things. But when they get up in those trees and just start eating everything, or in your gardens, you know, and those type of things as well, not good at all. So they've been really, really bad this year in the Northeast. Then you go out west, and you have had, you know, the grasshoppers are competing in the grasslands with the cows for, you know, the grass. And of course, then you throw the drought in on top of that, and it is a recipe for disaster is what it is. So pests can be really, really bad. I know that, I think it was Australia that had the major infestation of mice this year. So the mice had been really, really bad. Japanese beetles are a big problem here in my garden. Yeah, Japanese beetles are nasty. They are nasty. I used to deal with them. I used to have an issue with them when I lived in Greece, New York. We would put out the catch things for them, where it attracts them. But you don't just get rid of your beetles. You get rid of the beetles within like a mile radius. They all come and get in those containers, and there'd be like hundreds of dead beetles in those type of things. Those little white moths attacked my cabbage. Yeah, Australia did have the mice plague this year. Yep. So they were killing all the feral cats in Australia. Well, then, you know what? There is definitely a relationship with that. So, you know, when you have those feral cats, they're going to keep the, I'm going to tell you what, you know, people always ask me, and I always thought that this was funny, and they'll say, well, do you have any issue, you know, with mice? And I'll tell people, because, you know, we're down to 7 cats now. because Bella passed away, and then we had Slugger. He died 2 winters ago. So we still have 7 cats. And I said, we don't have mice, we don't have rats, we don't have chipmunks, we don't have birds. Anything like that does not come around here at all. Squirrels, they go after the squirrels too. So, it is, they definitely do their job. They definitely keep the pests down. And that's part of their job. And they do a fantastic job at that, I will tell you. Because what they'll do is they think that we need help getting food, so they will leave treats for us on the steps. So every once in a while there'll be a dead bird or a dead mouse or whatever the case may be. They, oh yeah, the rat terriers. They will definitely. I've seen those videos where they were taking in the fields and they were using rakes and breaking up the dirt, and the rats and stuff were coming out, and the terriers were just going crazy. But yeah, like I said, I have no issues with pests because of all the cats. They keep them down, and that's a great thing, in my opinion. Feral cats are disproportionately destructive to native species, but rats are far worse. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, like everybody says, oh, chipmunks are so cute. Squirrels are so cute. All squirrels and chipmunks are, in my opinion, are rats with big fluffy tails. Very, very destructive. Very, very destructive. But yeah, it's hey, Aaron Goodman, happy 4th. What kind of plants do you recommend for soil with high sand content? I'm 20 miles from the beach, so some plants can't take it, like squash. What I would actually suggest, instead of trying to plant in sandy soil, I would suggest getting like totes and those type of thing. Get a good compost. You can buy the composted soil at any kind of Tractor Supply, those type of places, greenhouses, where they do the greeneries and they have everything that you can get there. They're going to have that type of soil. I would strongly, instead of trying to plant in sandy soil, get an area, work on composting too as well. I would get a 55-gallon barrel, and I would, your leaves, your twigs, any kind of scraps that you have from lettuce to celery, whatever you're cutting up that you would throw away from your apple cores, all that type of stuff. I would throw that in there. Nurseries, that's what I was couldn't think. But create your own soil that way. So I would have a couple of composting bins going that way, and I would do that. Get some worms, put them into that composting bin as well. They will work that soil. Go out there and turn it every couple of days, and there's a good way to make your own soil. But in the meantime, I would absolutely suggest getting, get a big old tote and drill holes in the bottom, and then get that composted soil, or get that special organic material that they're going to have at the nurseries, and grow that way. That's what I would suggest. Somebody had made a comment today, and they're like, yeah, Ed's garden's doing great because he uses composted cow manure. Well, duh, you know. But with that, when the fall comes, what I'm going to do with all the leaves that fall, all those leaves will go into my raised beds, and then I'm going to cover them over. And what'll happen is, through the winter and stuff, they will compost down, and they will make that soil even richer. When people get rid of their leaves, when they rake up their leaves in their yards and they throw them out, or they put them on the curb for the town to take, I always thought that was insane, because that is a great organic material to use to help your gardens. And so that's what Cheryl says. I use big Rubbermaid totes for my garden. Yeah, and that's a great way to do it. We have a couple of those Rubbermaid totes that we have in the greenhouse that we got peppers in one of them. We have watermelon in another one. I have squash in another one, and they're great for that. And it's a very controlled environment, and so you don't have to worry about that sandy soil that way. So my dad called squirrels limb bacon. Oh my God, that's so funny. My parents used to feed us Squirrel and rabbits. Oh yeah, I've had squirrel, rabbits, woodchuck. Woodchuck is actually very, very good. Raccoon is not bad at all. Raccoon's a little more greasy, but it's not bad. So yeah, I've tried. I've even had shark. And believe it or not, you would think that shark would be very gamey and very fishy. It's not. It's actually very good. So that's kind of weird. So hi. Um, Snow fence around to keep out gophers, rabbits, etc. Well, like I said, I haven't had a problem with that. But you know what, JJ? If you get the right kind of shark, the shark that I had was not rubbery at all. It was not rubbery at all. So I guess it really depends on what kind of. Now, JJ, if you're going down to the beach and finding the dead sharks on the beach and trying to eat them raw, maybe they might be a little rubbery. Uh, but yeah, but again, so of course I'm completely off track here, right? With the gardens and stuff like that, the bugs can devastate your garden. So it's something that you definitely have to stay on top of. Every year is going to be different. It may be different pests and stuff like that. I know that having marigolds in your garden definitely helps keep certain pests away and stuff like that. But the gypsy moths, like I said, this year they were bad. They were very relentless. You can use white pepper on plants for pests. Okay, Randy Romines just said that. What did squirrel taste like? Actually, believe it or not, it was more like a chickeny type of taste. A lot of things will taste more like chicken, believe it or not. But like I said, squirrel wasn't bad. I'll tell you what's really good is pheasant. If you've ever had pheasant and then you roast it with like a honey glaze, oh man, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So yeah, any deer eating this corn will be shot on sight. Exactly. Exactly. So I had somebody ask me, and I got it. When I wanted to answer this. So a lot of times I'll read the comments and I go, "Oh, I want to mention that in the stream." So I had somebody said to me, "Well, why didn't you guys plant corn?" We have so many farmers around us, guys, that plant sweet corn. That when the sweet corn comes in, I can just go to any like a dozen different stands and get sweet corn. So that's why I don't do sweet corn because it's all over the place down here. So. Rattlesnake tastes like chicken. I've heard that this snake does taste like chicken. I have not had snake yet. So, do you keep stirring the compost all winter? Is it stored all winter? No, you can absolutely continue to turn that and rotate it. Absolutely, you can continue to do that. I mean, if you're, like I said, in the wintertime, I would probably turn it every day just because you don't want it to get all rock hard in there. But definitely you can. Compost is an awesome thing. You can take your weeds, all right, like the weeds you're pulling out that are around things, throw those in that compost bin too. That's going to make a big a big difference too. Caveman, look what I don't even know what you asked, man. He said, Ed, please answer. I have no idea what you asked, so it's going to be hard for me to answer that if I have no idea what you asked. In Indiana, the best corn was like a white corn called Country Gentleman. I've actually had that white corn before, and it is really, really good. It really, really is good. How did you get your half tan on your head? It's you know what, the upper part is not. That's more from my helmet, from riding on the motorcycle. That only answers what he wants. Well, if I didn't see the question, Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom, how am I going to answer? How am I going to answer the question when I didn't see it? Oh, do you think the government will take care of them vets sleeping on the streets? No, you know what? And that's okay. That's what Caveman asked. Okay, all right. Thank you, William, for putting that up there. I appreciate that. No, you know what? It's like when I did the video earlier today, and I was talking about, and I'm going to answer that now. When I was talking about the interpreters, bringing them over here from Afghanistan and doing that, that's to me, it's like that's something that we should absolutely do. But again, We have veterans sleeping on the streets and not being able to get the help that they need for mental health issues, post-traumatic stress, and all those type of things. But yet, people can come across the lower part of this country in droves, and the Biden administration is putting them up in hotels and giving them money and helping them out. That is the wrong thinking in my thing, in my the way I look at it. I think it's completely wrong. We need to take care of our own first, meaning our veterans and stuff like that. These people that helped our troops in a combat zone, in a combat situation, absolutely, we should be taking care of them as well. Before we take care of droves of people. And I want you to remember something too, okay? We're not just talking about the poor immigrants, streaming through that needed help from the southern border, right? We're also talking about the drug cartels, the sex traffickers that are funneling tons of people into this country for those reasons as well, okay? These interpreters over in Afghanistan were people that volunteered to help our government. We should take care of them, because if we don't, the Taliban will, and they will not be as kind as we would be. So, that's what I have a problem with. And the fact that we have so many problems and issues with our veterans here in the United States, absolutely, our veterans should come first before anybody else. We should be taking care of our own. We should take care of the people. And I want people to remember this too. Our military is a voluntary military, has been since 1974. Okay, voluntary. You're not forced to go. You don't get drafted anymore. It's a volunteer army. So all these folks that go and sacrifice their time, their lives, dealing with things that, they had no idea that they were going to be dealing with, because, of course, you go into the military with delusions of grandeur. You think it's going to be the great adventure. And then reality hits when you're thrust into that combat situation. It's not what it's built up to be. Anybody that's been to war, and I don't care what side you're on, it's going to affect you psychologically, having to deal with what you had to do, what you had to see, and those type of things. So that's never a good thing. Never is. So, I absolutely have a huge issue with that. So what are we at? 507 in the chat, guys. We're at 197 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel that way as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. All right. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. Is the third reason. I can't think tonight. I'm a little tired. So long day, a lot going on. So also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell icon for all notifications as well. And I thank you ahead of time for that. I love the grilled corn, usually without the husk, but have not cooked outside for years. I like up here, we have a lot of Indian corn up here as well. And that's a pretty cool corn as well. So again, I want you guys to think about this. We have a ton of farms in our area. So SHTF happens, there's no way they're going to harvest everything that's out in those fields. So would we go out and would we be harvesting corn and trying to put as much corn away as we possibly could? Absolutely we would, okay? And so you would be using some of it, and then you would also be saving some to plant the following spring, because then it would be a whole different ball game when it came to that type of a situation. So I just, that I think is really, really important. So I got to say this, I had to laugh when I saw this one. Anybody that's on Facebook knows, if you put any kind of conservative post up, if you put up any kind of anti, post up, it's coming down. They're taking you down. They're taking it down. They may, say it goes against whatever policy, the whole 9 yards. So the White House, one of the representatives from the White House, and I'm not sure which one it was, but I saw the article, so I wanted to bring this up. They were telling Zuckerberg that they're not doing enough. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They have absolutely one-sided with their agenda as far as all platforms of social media. all platforms of social media. So I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter. I will tell you right now, I post nothing political on either one of those platforms. Instagram is basically I'm sharing different pictures that I've taken, and so I generally that's what I do on Instagram. On Twitter, I pretty much do the same thing. And I'm not on either one of them to push any kind of political agenda or anything like that. It's to me, it's a sharing platform. It's another way to put yourself out there, to try to show people what is possible and stuff like that. So, but so it was funny what I was saying too. Like I was talking earlier about the person that said, that I'm using composted cow manure for my raised beds, and that's why the gardens grow so well, which they do. That works like you would not believe it. It's awesome to use that. So if you have access to that, why would you not use it? Okay. Uh, SHTF happens. We're all in the same boat. And this person had said, well, when SHTF happens, Ed's going to have to use good old New York dirt. If you guys remember, and I've showed you on my property, over behind the chicken coop is the blackest, richest dirt you would unimaginable that I have over there. I would use that in a heartbeat. I would also, again, like I said, every fall, I'll take every leaf that I can get that falls and I'm going to put it into those raised beds. There's ways to continue to work that soil as much as you can, to keep it enriched and stuff like that. And that's what you try to do. So, but composting for the first time and the worms are doing great work, and they will do it fantastic. And like I said, you throw all your scraps in there from your if you're having oranges, you throw the rinds in there. If you're having apples, you throw the core and stuff like that in there. All those type of things, it's really going to be rich. It's going to really help the soil. Yeah, and what's wrong with New York dirt? Nothing's wrong with New York dirt, but it depends on where you're at. Like I have some parts of my property are very rocky, so that would not be dirt that you would want to try to grow anything in. I can tell you that. But yeah, cardboard, you can compost cardboard as well. Chicken poop, but the difference with chicken poop is I have a pile right now set aside, and that will go into the gardens in the spring as well, because I wanted to let it sit for a year. So every spring I will clean out my chicken coop. Chicken poop is very acidic, so you need to let it sit after for that year, and then that can be added in with the wood shavings, pine shavings. Then that can go right in there. Yes, and worms love coffee grounds as well. Yep, I should thank you for sharing that too, and they really do. And that's another thing you absolutely should be throwing in your compost bin as well. But you know, Dale, yeah, it was a tongue-in-cheek statement. I didn't take it badly. No, I didn't take it badly. That's not what I was saying. I did not take that comment badly at all. I'm just saying, I already have a game plan. I already know where I have great soil on my property. SHTF happens, we're going to be just fine. Those gardens are still going to rock because we're going to continue. So the point I was going to make was we're going to continue to work those beds no matter what. If I have access to composted cow manure, obviously I'm going to continue to use that until something gets to a point where we can't. Okay. Somebody else made a great point. Rabbit manure. Rabbit manure is great for gardens as well. That you can put in right away. Absolutely right away. It's going to have things take off growing fantastically. Seaweed, believe it or not, is another thing. So if you are near the ocean and stuff like that and you can collect seaweed, get that ground up and stuff, and then you can use that in your garden beds as well. And that would be like a once a week thing that you would do with that, and it really does make a difference. So there's a lot of little tricks that you can learn from a lot of people. A lot of people have a lot of great information. So definitely learn as much as you possibly can. That's why I try to say to you guys how important it is to learn how to garden now when it's not life and death. Because when it becomes life and death, if you don't know what you're doing, you are truly taking your life into your own hands, because it may do great and it may not. So fish guts as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's another good thing that you can throw in there. So EV3 Dale says, don't worry, still sending you love. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you. No, like I said, I didn't take that comment the wrong way at all. I didn't take that comment the wrong way. I was talking about that because you were saying, basically in the comment, well, yeah, his gardens are doing great because he's using composted cow manure. Well, that's going to be your best bet, and it's going to grow. Like I said, you see how the garden's doing. Garden's doing great, So did I plant beer seeds from but I will tell you what, I had left today and I came back and Mom was out by the garden and I went, "What's this?" She goes, "Oh, I went in your house and got a beer." See, so I got to watch her every second. But it was funny. I was laughing at her. Yes, do not go out and pee on your garden. Right. Waste needs time to break down. Absolutely. So, but but anyway, I want to give you guys an update too because I share everything, right? Because I'm an idiot and I get in trouble. But so property in West Virginia. The bank would not give me a loan because I do not have a conventional home here at the property. Okay. So they said it's like if somebody has a double wide trailer, they won't give them a home equity loan because it's a double wide trailer. So I think that's kind of prejudicial myself, but it is what it is. So I talked with the folks down there in West Virginia. I just talked to them yesterday. And so I did make them an offer of I would give them so much down if they would hold a private mortgage for 5 years. I would make payments for 5 years, and we could do it that way. So the husband seemed very receptive to that. He did say that he needed to speak that over with his wife. So we'll see how that goes. I think that they're going to say yes, is my hope that they say yes. And I told them if I can pay it off sooner than 5 years, I absolutely will. So, but that is the game plan with that. And so if that's the case, so just so you guys know what's going on, what I'm going to be doing, if they say, yes, we'll do that, then I'm going to be contacting a lawyer down in West Virginia to draw up the contract and the paperwork and put the stipulations of everything. Some of the things that I want to make sure that I have in there, like that I have access to that road to be able to get into my property, and that also that I have permission to work on that road to make it better to be able to get in and out of the property as well. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a truck as well, because if I decide I need a load of stone or I need a load of dirt or whatever I need, I can get that, put it in the back of the truck, bring it to the property, and be able to utilize that where I need it and not have to worry about those type of things. So, so that's where we're at. I will keep you guys updated. I will let you know how it goes as far as that. But I'm pretty hopeful that this is going to be the case, that it works out. And if that is the case, then most likely not this month, because we have the prepper get together coming up, and then I am going to be going to Sturgis. So probably in August, because I got to still get in touch with a lawyer and have them write up the contract and all that type of stuff. So that's going to take a little bit of a while as well. And so we'll get all that. So I'm thinking in August, I'm going to be able to go down, close on the property. And if that's going to be the case, and obviously I will be doing a lot of video down there and showing you guys the property. I will not be saying where it is at. Okay. Just putting that out there ahead of time. I'm sure people can still find out, with the tax records and all that type of stuff, but whatever. I'm not going to just give away information. Like people will say to me, well, why, cover up your license plate, because people can use that information. They already know. The people that hate me already know exactly where I am. And I'm sure that when I get down there, the people that hate me will know exactly where I am down in West Virginia as well. And guess what? That's okay. It's a different set of rules down there, which I like. And I think it's going to make a big, big difference. And I am super, super looking forward to going down, getting things set up down there, working on things down there. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a tremendous amount of work. But what the cool thing is, you guys, like a lot of you that have been following me within the last couple of years, did not see what we went through when we first got the property here. So you're going to basically see raw land turned into another homestead down in West Virginia, Right now, I do plan on continuing to keep this property. I don't plan on selling this anytime soon. So down the road, I can't say that I won't. Okay. But if I do, and this is what I told these folks as well, I said, if I decide 2 years from now, let's say 2 years from now, I said, okay, I'm done. Um, I'm going down, I'm living in West Virginia full time. And I'm going to tell you what, once I go down there, pretty much the majority of my time I do plan on spending in West Virginia. That's just where I'm at. Okay. So, I will be traveling back and forth. Obviously, Mom and Becky need me here at the homestead here. I would 8.5 hours away. So, it is not a problem with taking care of, any issues that would come up. I would just come home and deal with that, and then I would go back. So, but if I do decide to sell this, let's say in 2 years, from now, I said, okay, selling the homestead here, and we're all moving to West Virginia, if that's the case, right? I would pay them off immediately, and they would be taken care of first, the people, that I'm buying the property from. So I told them that as well. So just passed no taxes on ammo and guns in West Virginia. That's very cool. I know that West Virginia is an open carry state as well. I will tell you guys this: when I move down to West Virginia, one of the first things that I'm going to do, let's say if I go down in November of this year and I head down there for the winter, one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm transferring my license to West Virginia and get my West Virginia driver's license, because I plan on spending a majority of my time in West Virginia moving forward from that point on. And so that's where I'm going to be. So Ruger just released a new model called the LPC Max, holds 10+1 30 380 with flush base plate. Very nice, very nice. 380 is a nice little gun. 380 is a nice little carry gun. I would suggest for ladies especially, 380 is a really nice gun to have. It's got a nice stopping power. It can definitely do some damage, and it's not a big, huge gun. So I would definitely, that would be something. And if you're looking to do concealed carry without people knowing that you have something on you, that's another thing I would suggest for people, would be a 380. Not a bad one at all. Not a bad one to have at all. So. Yeah, 380. 380 has stopping power. Absolutely. If a 22 will take you out, okay, a 380 is definitely. But the thing is, with a 22, let's say you do a body shot on somebody with a 22, okay, they can still come, and you better be putting a whole bunch into them in a hurry. With a 380, they're going to know they got hit. So that's just. My brother has a 380 for concealed carry, and I shot it and loved it. When I lived in North Carolina, and the reason I say I like the 380 is because when I lived in North Carolina, that's what I had. Ed, why not Montana? Well, you know what? I like to change the seasons. Always have. I'm a New Yorker it's where I've been born and raised. West Virginia is still going to have those change of seasons, but it's not going to be anywhere near as harsh as we deal with up here in New York. So, I would still be able to get snow. The county that I'm going to be moving to averages 24 inches of snow a year. So, that is part of it. And, and I want to be in a climate where I'm not dealing with 6 months of winter. We have that happen up here in New York all the time. I remember when I lived in North Carolina, in April, we were swimming in an outdoor pool. It's a little chilly, but we were swimming in an outdoor pool in April. So big, big difference between that and up here. Like if you're lucky to be swimming in an outdoor pool, normally up here until July. So, we've had a warmer spring, and June hasn't been that bad, or wasn't that bad. So, we did have some really warm days. So, it year to year, you just never know. So I'm looking for better weather, more sunshine, and not as cold. So that's all part of it. But I want my mountains, I want my woods, I want my change of seasons. And so West Virginia is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. I'll be honest with you. cannot wait to get the bike down there and ride through some of those hills and those mountains down there. It looks like it's going to be an absolute blast to do. So, how much is rural land in Montana? I think it really, I would have no idea. That I have no idea. And the problem for me, okay, so here's one of the bugaboos for me for like Montana, Colorado, those areas out there. Way too close to Yellowstone. Way too close to Yellowstone. So that's that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's I want to be far enough away that like if Yellowstone ever goes in our lifetime, which it could not too as well. I mean, the chances are minuscule, but if it did go in our lifetime, where I'm at, I'm 1,200 miles away from Yellowstone. We would be looking at maybe a half an inch of ash. The long-term effect is that 6 weeks out, pretty much the whole planet would be encapsulated and the sun would be blocked because of all this product and stuff that it would put up into the upper atmosphere. Closer to Yellowstone, I think the 80-mile radius of Yellowstone would be literally the zone of death. There would be nobody left. And then as you went out farther, you're talking about feet and feet and feet of pumice and all that type of stuff. So that's not where I would want to be. So, again, so. Yes, Frank Pritt just said West Virginia is much cheaper to buy and no yuppies. Yeah, and it's like, and I'm a country boy. Have been my whole life. Grew up on a farm as a kid. And, there's not a lot of people in West Virginia. And the cool thing is, it's not like I have to go down there and worry about getting a job and trying to work a 9-to-5 job because there's no jobs in West Virginia. Being a YouTuber, I can still do my YouTube and all that type of stuff. So, hey, Mountain Kayaker, happy 4th, Ed. Did you hear that there have been more cyber attacks this weekend? I did not hear about any over the weekend, but I did do the video. I just talked about it the other day about the a huge increase of cyber attacks all over the world. Where Sweden actually had like 800 stores, they couldn't even open them because they couldn't even get the cash registers open. So there have been the ransomware is what they're doing. So, but yeah, I did not hear about more over the weekend. Doesn't surprise me at all. I think you're going to see an increase of that. I think it's going to continue to get worse and worse. And, that's where we're headed. That is where we're headed. So we got to keep paying attention and, and that type of thing. So I think that's really important. So, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh, here's something I wanted to tell you. So YouTube has where you can do the different things where like you can have the membership where people pay $1 to be a member, and then you have the different tiers. So I want to do I'm going to be doing that. Okay. And what I want to do, like I'm going to have, like a $1 tier, a $5 tier, $10 tier, and a $20 tier. So I want to kind of get your guys' feedback on this. The $20 tier level, what I plan on doing is I plan on doing a live stream once a week just for people that are going to be members of that tier. So let's say I have 20 people that are at that membership level. When we do that live stream, it's going to be me and just those people that are on that tier. So it's going to be much more personalized, much more private. There's going to be able to do a lot more, as opposed to having 800-900 people in the chat. If we have 20, 40, or 50, it's going to be much, much more personal. So I do plan on doing that, and I want to let you guys know that. And so if you are interested, I want to hear your feedback on that. So, Ed, do you think a grid down will be sooner rather than later? It would not shock me if we have some grid down situations happening this summer. It really depends on what the weather's doing too. If we continue to have these heat waves and that type of stuff, I think that it would be really, really bad. And the chances of grid downs are going to be more. Do I think that we're going to continue to have cyber attacks and possibly have a grid down situation that way as well? Would not shock me that way as well. So, but I definitely think that would be a real possibility. So, but like I said, the only thing I can encourage all of you to do is continue to prep, continue to get ready, do the best you possibly can, and we just go from there. So what day, Ed? As far as the doing the live stream for that level, it would probably be like a Monday or a Tuesday. I would do that. Like, and I said, that would be like a once a week thing. And and that way it would be much more personal. And that way, if people wanted to come in and really get into something and talk about a certain topic, is like I said, that level would be just for that group of people. So I mean, obviously I would still continue to do my regular live streams, but I'm just saying it that way. If people were interested in doing that at that level, if you wanted to, you do it. If you don't, then you don't, obviously. But I did not ride today. No, nope. I had a lot of other things that I had to do today, so I did not ride. Yeah, if Yellowstone goes, everyone's in trouble. You're right. You're absolutely right. That could be an end of the world as we know it type of event. The last time a super volcano went was Toba, and that was what, 50,000 years ago. And they said that the world population, I don't know what the world population was at that time, but they said by the time that event was done, the world population was down to less than 10,000 people. So we are much more prepared nowadays. So the power elite would absolutely be just fine. They can go underground for 10 years and they would be good to go. The rest of us, we're on our own. So that would definitely be interesting to see. All right, let's do this real quick, guys. We got 555 in the chat. We're 296 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask for a thumbs up again really quickly to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. And then we're going to do the egg count here. So again, it really does help with the algorithms too. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's being honest. And if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So let's see those egg counts. So go ahead and get those guesses out there. All right. If you had the same guess as Christy Nevis, she was the first one that had the correct guess of 8 eggs. That's what we ended up with today. And one of the 8 eggs today was another pullet egg, one of the little bitty eggs. So that was pretty neat. So, but we ended up with 8 eggs today. So. So anyway, with the pullet eggs, it means my little baby ones are starting to lay. So hopefully they'll start laying more. I have 7 hens with the babies. So hopefully we'll start seeing a larger egg count once they get going full bore. But and the babies are getting big. They're getting really big. So really quickly, guys, I want to talk about my website and I want to talk about the Prepper Get Together. On my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community, which is a thing that we have set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. So definitely go and check that out. You do have to register, but it is free. No credit card information is asked. And no, Thickneck did not lay today, Terry. Nope, she did not. She was lazy today. So I don't know what her deal was. But she did lay yesterday. So, what are you going to do? But also, it's a good resource to connect with like-minded people, so definitely take advantage of that. We set that up for you guys, okay? Also, we have the Forefathers, which I'll show the shirt again really quickly, which if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see the logo on there for the Forefathers, and if you click on that, it will take you to their website. They are a CBD and hemp store. So if you decide to make a purchase over there before you check out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and you will save yourself 15% on your purchase. Okay, so and CBD products are a really good thing. It helps with a lot of ailments, so definitely something that would be good to have in a post-event. Also, on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the, if you go to store, it will drop down. You will see Legacy. You click on Legacy, and we have the freeze-dried food there, the Legacy freeze-dried food. It is GMO free. It is made in the United States. It is vegan. There are meat options available, beef and chicken, which you can buy separately. Also, it is we have gluten-free options for the people that need that. So, and it is the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. If you are thinking about doing it, I would suggest doing it as soon as you possibly can, because if you wait for the rush, an emergency to happen when everybody buys all at once, you will be waiting a long time to get your product. If you order now, it can be on the way to you within inside of a couple of days. So that's a really good advantage of it right now. So, I'm just putting people, letting you know. So if you want to take advantage of that, all right. So that is that there. So now the Prepper Get Together is coming up in less than 2 weeks, the 17th and the 18th of this month. On the 17th, we will be at the Sonya American Legion. That's SONYEA in Sonya, New York. You can look that up, real easy to find. And we will be there from 10 in the morning. I think we could be there to midnight if we want to. So we can be there all day long. Also, we're going to be doing a cookout that day. We're going to be doing a cookout on Sunday. On Sunday, we're going to be at the South Shelter at Letchworth State Park. If you want to come to that one as well, we're going to be doing a cookout both days. I will be supplying hamburgers, hot dogs, obviously buns, the condiments, paper plates, paper towels, all that type of stuff. So if you would like to come to that, you're more than welcome to both days. If you plan on camping out, boondocking, or tent camping, Greg has offered his property to be able to have people do that. Definitely take advantage of that too. He's not charging anybody anything to do that, so definitely take advantage of that. Again, we're going to have a great time. We're going to do some giveaways. I have t-shirts available as well for both days. We're going to have a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. I would ask you to bring a dish to pass if you plan on coming to help, have other things available besides hamburgers and hot dogs. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. So I would encourage you all to join me for that. And I look forward to meeting everybody. We're just going to have a fun day. So, and at Letchworth, they have the pool right there as well. So definitely bring your swimsuits. And if you look on Twitter and Instagram, I did post pictures of the pavilion. Also, the upper falls at Letchworth, which are absolutely beautiful. Check that out. Even if you drive the park is like 17 miles long. I would absolutely encourage you, if you've never been there, to check it out. We call it the Grand Canyon of the East. Absolutely gorgeous park. So definitely come and hang out, okay? So again, costs $10 to get into the park unless you have a senior citizen. Anybody over 65 gets in for free. So if you have that older person driving into the park, you can get the whole carload. Everybody else is free. So that's a good thing as well. Swimming is free as well. So bring your trunks, go swimming. We're going to have fun, like I said. So I'm looking forward to it. It's getting very close. So it's going to be fun. But anyway, so that is that. What else was I going to... let's see. Silicon Valley on the steal of 2020 election fraud. Deleted video showed how they hacked voting machines. Oh, there's all kinds of things that happened there. Anybody that had any kind of dissenting opinion, and this is what I want you to think about, guys, okay? And they talk about, like with Facebook, they talk about the fact checkers. The fact checkers are checking things and stuff like that. What facts? The facts that they're being told they're the facts. And then later, maybe you find out that maybe they were wrong about certain things, like where the virus came from in the first place, right? Where was the source? Imagine that. But if you had said through the course of this last year that the source was where the source was, you were called a liar. You were spreading false information. So there's a narrative. There's an agenda, obviously. There was a fun little fact that I wanted to share with people. They were saying, and I'm always going to go with what their numbers are. So they can't say I'm making anything up. I'm not disputing anything. I'm giving you factual information from them. Of the people that have been given the, right, 18 million, 18 million only got the first one and never went back to get the second one. I find that very interesting. My thought on that would be, why didn't they go back and get the second one? Was there adverse effects? What was their reasoning? That's speculation. That's me speculating. I don't know what the reasons were. But 18 million people did never went back and got the second one. So that I find very, very interesting as well. The Moore group was all arrested for firearm violations only, JJ was saying. Well, yeah, because if they're traveling through, you've got to follow the laws of whatever state you're going through. And so, but again, that whole thing didn't make any kind of sense to me. None of it made any kind of sense to me. So, because the side effects scared the out of them. Yeah, exactly. Well, that wouldn't be probably too far off the mark. That's my guess. But of course, if you listen to the propaganda machine, they have a different thing on that. And I love it too that now. So you had and I love how they do this. This is what I find fascinating. Okay, so they have a lady that decided not to get it, not to get the jab. She ended up getting supposedly because it's like what information's being put out there, so who knows if it's the truth or not the truth. Got the Delta variant, and she ended up dying. And she was before she died. I wish I had gotten it now. Okay, so they're using one example of that, but you won't be hearing in the news any examples for the most part of why other people are dropping dead after getting it, like that 12-year-old that died in his sleep 3 days afterwards. Now they're investigating that. Do you think, and this is just me speculating once again, do you think they're going to come back and say, oh yeah, that 12-year-old who was probably a very healthy 12-year-old, he died because of that? There's no way they're going to say that. There's not a chance in Hades that they're going to come back and say, yep, that was the cause. They're going to come back with some other reason why. Yeah, allegedly. I love that. I love that term. So, but yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, to me, I'm just like, to each their own. You can do what you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not giving you advice on what to do. Do your research, do your homework. Realize that if you have gotten it, which is again your choice completely, you are the long-term study of what the side effects will be 5 years from now. So I wish you good luck, and that's all I got to say about that. So I just want you to think about all the things that we have been told through the years that were safe. These are safe. This is safe. That's safe. It's fine. You can take it. You're going to be good to go. And the number of people that have had issues and the billions that they have paid out in lawsuits. That's not an accident. So something to think about. Buyer beware. You do things at your own risk. It's your body. You can do whatever you want with. But, we all have a choice. And, but they're using again the propaganda machine right now. It's all about scare tactics. Yeah, lead paint was safe. Exactly. There's another one. Asbestos, perfectly fine, no problem. Asbestos is great. We'll use that, right? Imagine that. And what happened down the road? Oh, well, you know what? Now asbestos is bad. Lead paint is now bad. Stop eating the lead paint. Probably some of you watching that don't like me, probably ate a lot of lead paint when you were little kids. I think that might be part of your problem. Yeah, right. Yeah, water in Flint, Michigan was safe. Love Canal. Remember Love Canal, guys? Perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. How about in California with all the issues out there? I mean, Aaron Brockovich, the whole thing with that. That was perfectly safe. It was fine. No, nothing to worry about here. Cigarettes, perfectly fine and sexy, hot. I was cool. I'm going to tell you what, I had that cigarette pack rolled up in my sleeve, 14 years old, smoking cigarettes, thinking I was cool like you would not believe because I was. And then I realized, yeah, and fluoride is still safe too. Sure it is. Yep. Yeah, marriage is safe. Yeah, marriage. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Oh, don't just do it once. No, 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 no. 2, 3, 4 times. Knock yourself out. Have a great time with that. Some of us dummies learn quicker than others. I've done it twice. Twice was enough for me. So that's enough. Don't want to do it again. So, uh, my plants stop growing when I water them with city water. That I'm going to tell you what. That's why I love using rainwater for watering. You know, yeah, I love using rainwater because it's awesome. So anyway, so that's just a few good examples of things that are perfectly safe for you and they're okay. And then down the road, we find out, well, maybe not so much. Maybe not. Maybe there hasn't been enough study done on something. We don't know. Hey, full of hope. Happy 4th of July, my American family. Haven't been in the chat for a couple of months, but getting my act together again. So I thought I'd stay up late and catch the show. Love you all. Well, thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. I know you're over on the other side of the pond. So thank you very much. I appreciate you staying up late and joining us tonight. And thank you very much for the donation as well. Keep hanging in there, hon. Keep doing what you got to do. So we all have to take breaks from every once in a while too. All of us do. So my breaks usually last like a day. So, um, but yeah. So like I said, guys, just I would encourage you all to continue to prep, continue to get ready. We just don't know. There is no rhyme or reason. If they're telling you something is safe, I would question it. That's just me, because it's not like hell is right down here in the bottom of the bed, like always. I have Miss Pandora's right here, and Caesar's over by the door. So, yep, they're doing good. Yeah, they're tired. They've been out playing and stuff, so they're. I try to tire them out now as much as I possibly can. So here's something too. Is that Jan issue with the thermidide? Is that what is in the swabs that they're testing people in their noses with? Is that what that you guys are talking about? Because I know that there is a chemical that is in the nose swab that you're pushing up into your brain pretty much that is toxic to human beings. So I don't understand why we would be doing that. I just want to see if that's what they were talking about. Interesting how Canada's having massive fire outbreaks. Oh yeah, Canada's having. Well, here's the other thing too, guys. You know what is things are so wonderful, and all these people are getting their jab. Why are the borders still closed? So, got to keep the lumber prices up somehow. Yeah, they're definitely doing that. They're definitely doing that. Yeah, I don't see those going down anytime soon. Not at all. But so real quick, I want to do some shout outs real quickly for some other channels. Obviously, Icky Can, my buddy up in Canada. Small channel, but he's a good guy. And I would ask you all to go up there and support him. Subscribe to his channel. Tell him, obviously Prepper Nurse 1 sent you. Sean James with My Self Reliance. He has the 2 different channels. Great channel. A lot of interesting stuff. He's up in Canada as well. We have Alaskan Prepper, Alaskan Granny. And then we have Doug and Stacy, another good channel. Green Greg's. We have Magic Prepper out in North Dakota. And I just got to keep going on and on. We have Southern Prepper One is another one. Pinball Preparedness is another good channel. Also, God, there's so many channels. A lot of times I just blank out when I'm talking about different things. Oh, obviously, Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out in Seattle. Definitely show them support too. Tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you over. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love his channel as well. A lot of great information. And he says things that they don't like to hear. Angry Prepper down in New York City. Another good channel. So, really, really good stuff. Just joining, I'm in Australia, and our mice, oh my God, I gave up planting, was losing all the seeds to them. They chewed my air. Oh, hold on a second. I want to read that. They chewed. Where did that go? Hold on a second. I lost that one, guys. Sorry. But yes, the mice problem in Australia is bad. Really, really bad. So, again, these things affect everything else. So it affects food production. It affects what we're going to be able to grow, what we're not going to be able to grow. So those are things that people really do need to be paying attention to. Really do need to be paying attention to that. So, yeah, but the way that those mice are out there, yeah, I don't care how many cats you have. When you have like a ton of mice like they're having right now over there, there's not a whole lot that you can do about it. Swab supposedly causes brain migraines. Well, I know there's a chemical on the swab that is toxic, and why they would have. Oh, they chewed my air conditioner and killed it. She was saying too, or he was saying. I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah. No, I know it's bad over there. Please be safe. Just do the best you can. Just do the best you can. So, but there's a lot of great channels. I would ask you guys to support all those channels. We need to be supporting each other. So I think that is important. So, ethyl oxide is a chemical you were asking about. Yes. Yep. That's the one. Absolutely. I've been meaning to ask about Bizarrizajiza. I miss info about him. He is taking a break right now, and so he's not doing anything with social media. So I know that I had spoken with him, and he just said, I'm taking time off. I'm not even doing anything. So that's where, oh, I'm a she. I'm sorry. The icon picture looks like a guy. I couldn't tell. It's like this little bitty picture. So you are a she. I apologize. So sorry about that. But yeah, so it is. He's just taking, like I said, he decided to take a break for the summer. So I'm like, you got to respect that and just go, okay, well, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you when you're ready to come back. When he comes back and he starts posting videos again, I'll let you guys know, or somebody let me know. So, but anyhow, what was I going to say? I was going to say, oh, so why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's do We Are Legion. Let me just, before I say We Are Legion, the good Legion, like the Roman Legion, the American legions in the United States, not the bad biblical Legion. Let's just be clear on that ahead of time, okay? We are a good Legion. We are a Legion because we are many. We're all over the world. We're a huge family, a huge network of people. Where is everybody from tonight? And if you guys would start shooting those thumbs up, let's get that up over 400. I knew we were going to have a small crowd because of the 4th of July, and that's okay. But so shoot those thumbs up, and we got Hudson, Florida. We have Wisconsin. We have Montana. Where's everybody from tonight? Beech Grove, Indiana, Missouri, Ontario, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Indiana, Alabama, Hale, Michigan, Almost Heaven, West Virginia. There we go. Endicott, New York, Cleveland, Ohio, Washington State, New Mexico, Western New York, Ulster Park, New York, BC, Canada, Pleasant Plain, Ohio, Central Missouri, Georgia, Southwest Colorado, New Mexico, Southern Maryland, the UK, very nice, Fort Worth, Texas, Utah, Indiana, the UK again, Troy, North Carolina. We have Montana, Canton, Ohio, South Australia, Kansas, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, the UK, Princeton, West Virginia, New Mexico, Northern Illinois, Sioux City, Iowa, Virginia, Central Texas, Mesa, Arizona, the UK once again, West Virginia again, Delaware, Iowa, Lakeland, Florida, North Hollywood, California, very nice, Dublin, Ohio. So again, we're all over the place. So I got to mention this because we're doing this part of this right now. So I had, and this is what I find hilarious. I found this comment absolutely hilarious. So the guy comes on and makes a comment, and I think I left it up there because I actually thought it was funny. He said, he said, I'm trying to remember how he said. Okay, he said, you can't even say Massachusetts because I always say it wrong, and I always say I know I'm saying it wrong, and I apologize. He goes, that's why I stopped watching your channel years ago because you can't even say Massachusetts right. And he goes, so that's why I stopped watching you and unsubscribed. And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. For you to be coming on to complain about me not saying Massachusetts right, it means you're watching the channel. So for somebody that stopped watching me years ago because I couldn't even say that right, and then they told me I was ignorant, I think. So it was very nice. I thought it was very funny. So I'm like, oh, well, how many times have I been on here and said Massachusetts, and I know I said it wrong, and I don't care. That's how I say it. And if you're from there, I apologize for saying it wrong, but I'm an ignorant New Yorker apparently, so that's how it goes. So people are an absolute trip. But to come on to complain about how you don't watch because of the way I say one word and then call me an idiot. Okay. So you guys have, like I said, honestly, you guys have no idea. And only another YouTuber that deals with the same thing on the same scale would absolutely understand what I mean. You know, it's just, I just get a kick out of it. I really, truly do. So he's a snowflake. Yeah. Well, it's hard, when you live in mom's basement and she's got to make you sandwiches and then she doesn't cut the crust off and you wanted the crust cut off, and you wanted chocolate milk, but she only gave you a glass of white milk. It's very difficult. And I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel very bad for them. They need a hug. Not from me, but they need a hug from somebody. Uh, but they watch. And here's the best part. So they hate me. They come in and make sure they put their thumbs down, which all the algorithm sees is activity. So thank you. They're watching the videos. They probably watch me closer than my most loyal supporters, and they're helping to support me. So all the trolls out there, let me just give you a tip of the hat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Oh, and thank you to trolls for helping me purchase my new truck, Black Betty. So thank you. Appreciate that. Because I know that's going to piss them off, so I just think that that's funny. But anyway, so yeah, Mom, bring me a Mountain Dew now. Too funny. He's probably mad because the peanut butter is touching the jelly on his sandwich. That's funny. It's just, people are, again, I've said it before, I'll say this again. There's channels out there that I don't care for. You will never hear me talk about them. I'm not going to put any channel down because I'm not a troll. I wouldn't do it. I just don't watch their channel. That's the best way, if you don't like somebody, to turn it off, go watch somebody you do like. I just never got it, never understood it. But again, he probably wears a tutu. That's racist against people that are into wearing tutus. Just so you know, I'm deeply offended for him because he possibly could be wearing a tutu right now. So, so anyway, do the dogs freak out over fireworks? We really don't get a lot of fireworks up here. A lot of the towns do fireworks, so they're not close enough that where they bother the dogs. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I share my garbage with 4 black bears. Wow. Yeah, that's always fun. That is very fun. So, but yeah, again, like I said, and there was another one. I think I might have told you this one. So the guy was complaining about, he says, all these prepper channels, all it is for these guys is about the revenue and all this and that. So I said to this person, I said, well, if you don't like what I'm saying or doing on here, don't watch. And he comes back with, see, that's what I mean. It's all about the revenue. All you're looking for is the money. And I replied to this person and I said, what you just said made no sense, because I'm not begging you to stay. I'm inviting you to leave. So if it was all about the money, why would I want you to go ahead and leave? People are just, like a lot of it's pettiness. They're like children, and they're just trying to get their jollies. But I find it hilarious. I really do. So they need to grow up, get a life, go do something that makes them happy. That's what I would suggest to anybody. If you're so miserable and your life sucks so bad that you feel like you need to go on and try to bully people and try to hurt people or try to cause chaos, go do something that makes you happy. I think that would be a much better use of your time. So go help your mom, go upstairs, help clean the house. Just get out of the basement. Get out in the sun. Maybe you're not getting enough vitamin D. That could be it too. Stop playing video games. I'm really good at Call of Duty. I'm going to do this when the post event. This is how I'm going to do it because I play Call of Duty. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Good luck. Anyway, so I want to thank I'm sorry, I'm in a weird mood with that. Um, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job. You guys are the best, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. Really, really do appreciate you. And I thank all of you for being here, and thank everybody for coming in for the 4th of July. I know, like I said, I knew we were not going to have a big crowd tonight, and that was okay. And that's okay. I mean, I figure, hey, you know what? We're going to do our normal schedule, and if people come and watch, then great. If they don't want to, then they can go ahead and do whatever, So I hope everybody is safe tonight. Please be safe. Don't drink and drive. The cops are out in droves, and they are looking to jam you up. So don't give them an excuse to pull you over. Don't be stupid. I saw they were talking about some moron, because it had to be a moron, that was shooting fireworks out of the sunroof of the car and blew off half their hand. So, we're smarter than that. Please be smarter than that. Have fun, have a good time, but don't get hurt. Don't, like I said, again, don't drink and drive. Have somebody else do it for you, especially on a day like today when they're out there just trying to get people. They need to make up revenue. Oh, they're always looking for that revenue. So, also, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. We are one race called the human race. And if we could ever get to that point where we realize that is truly what we are, we're going to be in so much better shape. They want to keep us divided by race, religion, political affiliation. We got to put all that nonsense behind us and realize it is us against big business and big government. They want to control every aspect of our lives. And if we sit back fighting over the scraps, little petty uni nonsense, we're never going to focus on the true problem. So that's what we need to be doing. Okay. So, what is the coupon for Legacy Foods? There's no coupon at the moment for I'm not doing a sale at the moment with the Legacy. At the moment, I'm not doing a sale. So the coupon is for Forefathers, which is the CBD and a hemp store, and that's Prepper Nurse One. If you go to their website, you're going to get one of those products over there. You'll save 15% over there, just so you guys know. All right. Also, guys, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you were trying to do, whatever you were trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Don't listen to negativity. Don't listen to negative people telling you what you cannot do, what you cannot accomplish. I'm a prime example of that. When I came up here, I could not tell you how many people told me, you're never going to be able to do this. When we got up here, and then I ended up finding out the day we moved up here that I had cancer. I had people telling me, you're never going to have that building ready for winter. And my reply was always the same, folks. Always the same. Watch me. Watch me. Because it was going to get done. It was going to happen. And, it's been a struggle. We've had some very hard times up here, but it is all worth it in the end. It really has been. And so, with going down and starting all brand new on raw land in West Virginia, there is a ton of mistakes that I made here that I will not make down there. And I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to be an interesting adventure. And you guys, all, 94,125 of you, are going to get to see this new adventure. So I think it's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully you'll learn something. Hopefully I don't screw up too much, but I'm really, really looking forward to things. So, you know, it'll be cool. So we're going to have a good time with it. So anyway, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Please be safe. Again, happy 4th of July. 245 years. Unbelievable. And like I said, I do remember the 200-year celebration. I was 11 years old, and it was very, very cool, something I'll never forget. Unbelievable fireworks that year to celebrate 200 years, and here we are, 245 now, so pretty wild. So anyway, be safe. I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.